Hello world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to codingscientist.com. You are watching Hero to Superhero series on Python machine learning algorithms. Alright guys, let's move on to lesson number 2. So what are we going to take a look at it? So in the previous lesson you did see how the A asterisk algorithm works, which is basically finding the shortest map from point A to point B, the route. The algorithm works in such a way, and you also did look at the Python code which I showed you. So go ahead and enjoy executing that algorithm using the Python program. In this lesson, we will look at what is data transformation technique. So basically, what is data transformation? This is another type of algorithm widely used in machine learning, or even to a certain extent in deep learning aspects. So basically, data transformation is the technique of converting data from one format to another, right? And the data transformation can be divided into different kind of steps. I'm going to just explain a couple of steps. Each of these steps which I'm going to talk about will be applied based on the complexity of the transformation. It all depends, right? So one of the step is the data discovery step. So this is more of an exploratory step which involves profiling the data sets using data profiling tools, or sometimes using manual scripts as well, either through SQL or some other tools. Now the goal of this particular step is to understand whether the structure and characteristics of the data is accurately matching to our requirement or not. So all this comes under data discovery, aspects of data transformation. Now the next step is data mapping. What it means? Now this is a critical process which basically defines how individual fields or rows, or you can call it as a columns, are mapped, modified and joined and filtered and aggregated. Now this is again using SQL or even spreadsheets, Excel spreadsheets and stuff like that. You might use many other tools which will basically produce the final desired output. And one of the other technique is going to be data transformation code. This is the process of generating the code, especially in SQL, Python, languages like R and stuff like that. So which will basically transform your database on the data mapping rules itself, your business rule, how you are going to define the business rule based on the particular structure of data, what you are going to import and tag it into either SQL database or using Python or even R, right? And then the next step is of course the code implementation. Now this is the process in which the generated code is basically executed against the data to create the desired output. Well, yeah, you should understand all these things because you are from ML machine learning background, right? And then of course the final set of technique, the steps is going to be review of the data. This particular step, basically the process is to ensure that the output data meets the transformation requirements, right? So this step is mostly carried out by the businesses or the end user itself during the data exploratory process, that is step 1. So it's kind of correlated. So anyways, now let's take a look at the source code. I'm going to show you how the Python code works in order to execute the data transformation technique. So let's take a looky here. Let me move on to my Visual Studio IDE, and there you go. So this is my VS code from. So basically I'm importing statistics. Is guys, if any of you have any problem in understanding all these particular packages, the simplest way, you can just Google up and find out. There are ton loads of information. And how do you install some of these packages? So for example, I'm using Windows machine. Go to CMD in the search bar and open the terminal, and in this you can say pip3, which is the Python package installer, pip3 install, and what is the spelling for statistics? It's STATISTICS, statistics, and hit enter. Now it's going to say downloading statistics and successfully build statistics, because I had already installed and it's working fine. So this is the way to install some of the packages, Python packages or Python libraries you might call it as, in Windows machine. For Linux it's a different set of command, and sometimes you'll have to bind it, you have to wheel it up and stuff like that. Those are different steps in Linux. In case if you want any help installing the packages on the Linux operating system, do reach out to me. Same thing is applicable on ARM architecture, single board computers like Jetson Nano or any of the boards. So you can reach out to me for any help installing these kind of packages on the edge computing devices as well. So I'll be glad to assist you. Anyways, so this is the code for executing the data transformation stuff. So you can go ahead and take this code from me. I'll be happy to assist you. This code is available for you guys. You can reach out to me and you can execute this particular algorithm on your machine learning program. All right, so that's sufficient for the this particular part. So guys, I'll reach out to you. I'll come back to you in the next lesson. We will get into more levels of algorithms, more different types of algorithms. It's going to be an interesting journey. I will see you soon. Goodbye.